Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to Tim Tarley Reacts. I'm back, baby. How's it going for everybody? I've been gone for a while, making other kinds of videos. I've been wanting to get back into doing a reaction for a while, but every time something good comes out, I forget to do it for the reaction video, and I like to do only organic stuff, so I've been waiting to think of something, and recently the new album for Coheed and Cambria, it leaked. There was a leaky faucet. So I decided to give it a listen before it comes out and do a reaction to every track and talk a little bit about what I think about it and the album overall. This will be a little bit different from my other videos because I won't be able to put any audio or video in it because the album's not out yet and it'll surely get taken down. So we're just going to talk about it, and if you're a Coheed fan who's interested in learning about this album, this will be good for you. If you're one of my regular channel viewers, this might be a little dry. If you're not a fan of the band, so this is going to be some real nerd stuff I'm about to talk about, so you may want to click away now. But if you're here for the impressions of the album, then let's get it going. So the first track is called Embers of Fire. It's an intro track. Every Coheed album has an intro track. They're all a little bit different. This one has got some callbacks to a song in the last album. I think it's very epic, and there's a scream. Coheed's got this classic scream that they do that's incorporated in the song, and that's really dope. And I really liked it. A lot of these tracks lead into each other, and so it basically goes right into the first song on the album, track number 2, Beautiful Losers. This song has like a classic Coheed vibe mixed with like their new sound. I think it's really good. I'm a little surprised it wasn't one of the singles. It's got like chuggy undertones, and the song is just generally good. I will say, like, I heard a few of the singles beforehand and wasn't super impressed, but I was waiting until I heard the whole album together, because that's kind of the thing that they do, is more of like a whole album being like the piece itself, so you got to see all the different pieces. With that, we're going to go into Comatose, which is the single that they just released. It's my second listen of it. The drumming in it is great. I think one of the things on this album that does really shine is the drumming. Very good, very intricate, and the song is good. I was kind of wrong about it. On the first listen, I didn't really like it. In the sense of the album and the hierarchy, it's a good song, and I'll talk more about that a little bit later. The next one is Shoulders. I think that was the first single. What can I say? It's Shoulders. The song is pretty solid. I'm pretty used to it at this point. It doesn't feel new. But it's good. It's solid. The guitar work is okay. And again, in the hierarchy of the album, these singles start to make a lot more sense. Let's see. After Shoulders was Disappearing Act. This song is way out there. It's almost like techno. Some people were comparing it almost to like The Weeknd or something like that. It's very different, very poppy in a different way than the other songs. It's got a real epic direction, and the drumming again is really good. It reminds me of this other band called Electric Callboy. Even though the genres aren't the same, it's like the blending of like Coheed's rock and Claudio's more electronic side, if that makes sense. Kind of like Prize Fighter Inferno, but if it was more rock, which is a side project, an electronic side project by the lead singer, for those who don't know. But I figure if you're at this point in the video, you probably do know what I'm talking about. Next song is Love Murder 1. The bass in Love Murder 1 is super sick. The song is like kind of poppy, but The drums again, very good. The lyrics in the song are great. It's the first time I've noticed that the lyrics are specifically very good, and it reminds me of like the older style of like it being a little bit more cryptic. The cool thing about Coheed's lyrics a lot of the times is like they have their own direct meaning to the story, and then they have, you know, the band's personal meaning, and then you can put your own meaning into it as well. So this reminded me a lot of that. I think if you're any Coheed fan is going to find songs on this album that they like. We just haven't heard most of them, and that's why some people have been saying that this album's not going to be good, but it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Number 7, the song is Blood. The song Blood reminds me of The Color Before the Sun, which is another Coheed album. Their production, this is another album in the series that they've been producing it themselves, and it's very clear that they have a certain direction that they want to go with the production. And I do think that's kind of cool. Like, some people don't really like it, or it could be cleaner, but I do feel like the production on this whole album is good. Specifically, it's got a real Coheed feel, this new style that they have, which I find to be interesting. You know, people coming into their own and doing their own stuff. I respect that. After Blood is Liars Club. This was another single. Song good. I always liked it. Again, it's even better when you're doing the whole album together, because it tells such a story. For those of you who don't know, Coheed and Cambria's music is basically the soundtrack to a set of comic books and short stories written by the lead singer. And I assume there will be some kind of story released with this album, and it'll definitely help make the whole album make more sense. But even without it, like the album is cohesive, and it does good work. I honestly think that a lot of the fans were led to believe something else about it based off of just the poppy singles that were released. And I certainly was much more impressed than I thought I was going to be. Let's go with number 9, Bad Man. The song is like kind of soft, like Prize Fighter, more electronic. There's some auto-tune in there, but the song actually does end up getting stronger and heavier towards the end. Pretty good. I want to talk about how if you go to see them live, in between songs, they mix in a lot of this like electronic feel, because the story is like sci-fi, and I feel like that was missing in their songs, and not just in between them live, and it's definitely prevalent in this album and on this song, and I think that's great. Next song is called Our Love. A lot of the Coheed albums have like a love song that a lot of people think feels out of place, like Wake Up or Pearl of the Stars or Lucky Stars. That's kind of like this song for me. It's the softer love song. I mean, it's literally called Our Love. There's nothing wrong with it. It's always been there. It almost needs to be there at this point. So I approve. Yeah, good song. The next song is called Ladders of Supremacy. The song is epic. It's got like a Tool-like intro, and then it moves into like Dark Sentencer vibes, and then it moves into a part that really reminds me of this Mastodon song. Mastodon released this new album, and there's a song on there called Gobblers of Dregs, and the songs sound almost the same at this one part, and I kind of like, I mean I like it. It sounds good. Drums really good. This is like the progressive Coheed that a lot of people have been wanting, and it just becomes very heavy, but it mixes like all their styles together at once. A lot of people talk about like the evolution of bands, and like this song is how Coheed should be, in my opinion. Just super epic, and there's like these bareness vibes in this song, and it's all over the place. There's like angelic vocals at some parts. It's the only song that has anything resembling a guitar solo. It's more like a little guitar bridge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't actually think there's a guitar solo on the album at all, unless I spaced out on one of the songs and just missed it. But I'm pretty sure, at least the album before it had one guitar solo on it, which I thought was a travesty if you've listened to any of their other albums. And now we've gone for Zero, which is, I mean, the album's still pretty good without it, but that's something I was missing in there. Then we have Rise after that. Another single, it's pretty good, and it's a little slow. It reminds you of, like, the last album was very repetitive, and some people didn't like that. That's kind of like what this song is like for me. But it is juxtaposed in between two really good songs. So, I mean, it leads into the title track, just called "Window of the Waking Mind." It's medieval. It's like prophetic. It reminds me of Led Zeppelin a lot. There's a lot of instrumentation on it. It makes me really think, like, who produced this. There's a lot of instrumentation in the background, and I wonder if it was Claudio or if it was somebody actually playing the instruments. There's, like, flamenco, and the lyrics are, like, kind of on the nose. They're not so cryptic like a lot of Coheed lyrics are. There's a lot of left turns and genre changes, and it has, like, an epic outro. I'd only say, like, the way that it moves in between the bits kind of seems a little disjointed. But for the most part, it's a very good final track, and I'm super happy with it. By this time, I was very happy with the album. I finally understand what they're trying to do with number 2. You know, I love it when a plan comes together, A-Team style, and it just seems good. The album's good. It makes me very happy to hear the next one in this series. I don't know where the guitar solos were, but besides that, I mean, it's almost like a perfect soundtrack, like a soundtrack to a movie or something. It's very well done in that respect. I can't wait to listen to some more. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So oh yeah, I just want to say song titles are kind of bad. He's Bad Man, Our Love, Love Murder 1, Blood. Yeah. He could have done better, and he can do better. But all in all, I give the album like 8, 9 out of 10. It was great. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Check out their YouTube, and check out the buy link for the album in the description. And you can check out their music videos and stuff like that in the YouTube. Thanks for watching, and please click like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb shit. And we'll see you in the next one. Well, maybe the video will be a little more structured. All right, goodbye.